So I started with sort of purpose, with wanting to work with people with purpose. Um, I'm very sensitive to words that feel like they are not necessarily authentic to us, and or have perhaps become overused, and we sometimes lose sight of what those words mean. And so something like purpose was kind of an idea that made sense. But as I started to, as I was editing people's podcasts in Descript, I was listening to the conversations that people were having, and more I was hearing how change was a factor and was something that was needed. And it could be environmental change, it could be around equity, around there's people I'm working with talking about the gender pay gap. There's uh, all sorts of various subjects, and it felt like as I was editing these episodes, there was just this sort of little tap on the shoulder, just a very light tap, just saying, "You should pay attention. You know, there's a theme building here." And as I carried on, that tap just got like a bit more like I was being punched in the shoulder, and it became kind of unavoidable that, or inevitable, or whatever, that I should do what I can, or could do what I can. I had the opportunity to help people here because I don't know how to change the world. I haven't got a clue. Um, but I could certainly help the people who maybe want to. And one of the ways that we do that is any kind of change it necessitates a conversation. It necessitates persuasion, people talking about explaining the old thing and talking about the benefits of the new thing, um, or the challenges to getting to this new place, and that requires persuasion. And one of the things that I discovered last year is that, according to a study, which I'll do my best to find and link in the chat, is that the human voice is more persuasive than the written word. There was a study around a legal argument that was given, and people found that when that argument was given orally, it was much more, people were much more persuaded by it. We are hardwired from the earliest age to respond to the human voice. You know, it's one of the first things we hear while we are inside of the person who is speaking. It's it's right there, and we've had an oral tradition for centuries and thousands of years, and so being able to harness that and being able to put that ability in the hands of people who have got important work to do, that feels like the kind of thing that lets me sleep at night, you know, because it's there's a whole world of podcasting that is about making money and selling mattresses, and that's all fine and that's great. And you know, I enjoy my my Bombas socks. I don't have any Bombas socks, but I enjoy those podcasts and I do listen to them. But there's plenty of that. There's like, we're all doing that, and having worked in that space for a while and having tried to make my own shows in that space, I really understand how difficult it is and how you can really put a lot of work in and not get a lot of success out. And I didn't really want to continue working with people on that because it just felt, it didn't feel quite so, at the risk of it sounding worthy. Like I said, it was just this idea that like I could shut up shop at the end of the day and go, I feel like I did some good today, and that turns out that matters to me.